I feel like I've been called out or been confronted with a skeleton in the closet, as it were, but yeah, I'm a virgin. I've never even had a proper kiss with someone. I never thought I'd talk about this, but yeah, it's true. When I wrote about lips that would never hurt me, um, I wrote that because I was nervous. I haven't been rushing to lose it though. Um, I thought if hey, at least I can still lose it to someone who I'd want to spend my life with. And that's what I've been thinking about, at least now, is about really having someone to spend your life with. Um, and that's what I want is I'd want someone who'd want to spend our time together, their time and my time together. And if it moved on to more than our lives together, I would want someone to share my life with. I mean, it feels like a dream though, like it probably won't happen. But if it doesn't, then I'm not gonna care about it. I don't feel bad about how my life has been either. I mean, I remember high school. Um, you could talk to a lot of people I went to school with and ask about me, and they would have good things to say about me. You know, you can be a quiet kid and have a lot of people like you, but that doesn't happen immediately, and it takes time too for that to happen. I think things really started getting better about ninth grade. Things got better for me. That's when I started seeing a lot of kids who didn't really like me start coming around, and they were starting to be nicer to me. You just have to be nice to people, and, and people already say that before I can, but it's true. You just have to be nice to people, and all those people anyway. I like them too. That's the thing about at least high school for us was there were a little few fights. You know, some kind of douchebags were still there, and they got their asses kicked. Actually, there's a good story about this guy who was being kind of not liking some Asian classmates, and they were brothers, and they kicked his ass because he was being shitty towards them for being Asian. And I always thought that was a good story to tell. But I mean, I don't know, like nothing really happened in high school. I mean, but at least nothing really bad happened either. So I mean, but from what I remember, it's like we weren't all friends or anything, but we all just knew everybody was there, and I mean, we were okay with each other. But then, like being 19 and starting to work, and nobody's talking to you, and you started striking out with the first couple of people you could have dated or at least went on a few dates with, and that's rough. But I mean, you realize that people aren't ignoring you. I mean, I wasn't talking to anybody, so people saw me and they knew I was there, but they left me alone. And that's what was happening. And, people have their own relationships and their own things in their lives to, think about and take care of and stuff. And 2012 was a pretty rotten year, but it wasn't completely bad either. And 2013 was a really good year. So things changed pretty fast. Um, and by 2015, I had already kind of thought that some people would be in long-term relationships and other people would just live their lives alone. And I thought I was one of those people who would live their lives alone. And I didn't know that that should be challenged or even think that it should be challenged. I just thought that's how it was, but I mean, it is a problem, but I don't really think, I mean, maybe that won't happen if people just, I don't know. I don't know. It's really complicated to really know, like, because it for many different reasons why some people just kind of fall into isolation. But I think, though by 2015 and 2016, I was both happy to have people around, but also I am a true introvert where when I've been around people for too long, I just feel really strained and I need time alone just to listen to my own thoughts. And I love my own thoughts. I love my deep thoughts. But then I just start working throughout the years till I wind up where I was at, a couple years ago. But when things aren't going well, like to just be here kind of alone with nobody around and nobody to talk to and with the walls to look at, that's a horrible feeling sometimes. But I've made peace with it. But I do like the idea of really trying to be with someone, at least now. Maybe I didn't feel that way a couple of years ago, but to really try to make it work with someone that you could spend your life with. But I also, figured that if it didn't work out, then I wouldn't try again. And that I would just go back to how I've been living my life. I'm sorry I called you pathetic and I said that you didn't deserve my respect. Um, about, I guess, I don't know, I think we've all been sort of living in each other's heads, I think. I think it's been that way for a while, but I don't know. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be a bad thing, but it doesn't have to be. Also, kind of said something about talking to people so that in case they thought they knew who I was. It's like, in real life or on the internet, anywhere, unless you are talking, people have no other choice but to kind of see you the way they think you are, unless you sort of at least make attempts to let people get to know you. I think that's a good way to put it. But yeah, I think I kind of need to say this to be honest. All right, well, take care, and I might make another one of these videos, probably.